got the winning recipe. We've got a couple of offensive linemen with us today, so we thought we would speak their language. And their language is food.
Lindsay, I thought you were going to say who's got it better than us, and I was going to say nobody, because we're talking football and we got food.
No burgers. Going to take the last 4 teams standing from last year, and we're going to determine whether or not they have the winning recipe to be the last team standing this season. And Sean, you are going to start with the Cardinals.
Okay, I get to start. You mentioned ingredients. All right, for the Arizona Cardinals, we've got to go with a big, healthy bun because their defense was phenomenal last year. The big, healthy, the biggest bun you got.
Forget about those palms. Just like
there you go. Use your hand. Go ahead and get dirty. Baldy's not scared. All right, now we've got to go with a nice, big, juicy patty.
Okay.
Go ahead and throw one of those patties on there. All right. All right, this is the nucleus right here of the Arizona Cardinals.
Gotcha.
All right, but when you think about their offense from last year, they had the #1 ranked offense in the entire NFL.
A lot of speed.
All right, so a very good supporting cast. We've got to throw a little cheese on there. This cheese has been outside
it's
in
been
this
cooked pretty good here,
warm sun. So it's nice.
It's already begun the
nice
melting
and warm
part.
and oily. All right, but.
Looks like
they
Sean
were
at the
healthy
beach.
too. All right, Carson Palmer. It's amazing with a healthy Carson Palmer how much better this team is. So I'm going to use my hands right here.
Very key.
All right, a healthy Carson Palmer equals a very good Arizona Cardinals team. All right?
Burgers looking pretty normal.
Listen, consistency. I mentioned their offense, how consistent they were. Their defense consistently brings pressure. Right. Todd Bowles did it when he was there. James Betcher did a great job last year.
You put it on the lettuce?
Yeah, put it on the lettuce. You get it, let it go.
It's a little backwards.
You save the other side of the bun for the other condiment, which when you talk about the Arizona Cardinals, you talk about Bruce Arians, you got to throw some mustard on it because that's swagger.
Yeah.
This is swagger. You can't get enough swagger on here for the Arizona Cardinals.
That mustard and ketchup separate.
In case you haven't seen Bruce Arians and his Kangol hat, he loves some swagger, and he's got a little inner fire too. All right, I'm going jalapenos right here with the inner fire for Bruce Arians and that Kangol hat that he loves to rock. Yeah, I'm throwing that right on top of that mustard. So we've got inner fire on top of swagger.
That's a good looking burger.
I'm going to put that together right there, and then I'm going to put my mouth around it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Take yourself a bite out of that.
Bam, I got an Arizona Cardinals championship burger.
Okay,
good looking burger.
Hold off on the eating because I think you have another one to build.
I was told
Patriots.
we get to eat.
Yeah.
Patriots,
let's do the
Baldy.
Patriots.
Winning recipe.
All right. First of all, we need a bun. All right, we need the bun. Now, I'm going to do a couple things a little bit different here than Sean because they have a lot of pieces in place. They've got swagger.
Okay.
They got a coach named Belichick. He got a little swag to him, right? They got a guy named Gronk. He got a lot of swag. I mean, that's a good start.
Lots of swag.
That's a lot of swag.
Where's the beef?
Well, that's coming.
Okay.
Because they do have a little bit of a secret formula.
We know about that.
They brought in a little more Martellus Bennett this year. I'm going to add that. Like I said, I'm doing this a little bit backwards right here.
Okay.
All right? Now,
Gronk is a secret formula.
Okay, wild card. I mean, if you think about it, they brought a guy named Pot Roast in. Build up that defensive line right there. Let's just throw a little wild card in there. And since it's Pot Roast, let's give him 3 of those right there, okay?
Yeah, Pot Roast doesn't really like vegetables.
What do the Patriots need? They need the beef. You know, they lost their offensive line last year. Nate Solder, Sebastian Vollmer. They bring back Dante Scarnecchia. Not only do they get just one patty, but they got to double up the beef.
How about some health in between those patties? Because that O-line's got to get healthy.
Sprinkle a little health.
Let's throw a little health.
There we go.
There you go, Pot Roast.
Yeah. Now there we go. Let's stack the double burger.
My double burger.
That's a double burger there, Sean. Put your that's going to be fun. And I think if you could do that to the Patriots, what I just mentioned, I think you got a winning formula for the Broncos to be able to maybe see the Patriots once again.
Shocked that there was so much attention paid to the offensive line in this particular burger.
So we got a recurring theme.
How about the Panthers, Mr. Sean?
All right, Carolina Panthers. I'm going to go a little quick here because when you think about the Carolina Panthers, hand me that bun, Lindsay, right there. Ron Rivera's old school, all right? He played in the '85 Bears. We talked about him and their defense. But this old school football team, all right, built on the defense, keep pounding, all right? But on offense, all right, they got a little explosive, and Cam Newton kind of did himself. So I'm going to throw a little swagger right on here because Cam Newton brought a little swagger, and I thought that their run game was very consistent. They did a great job. So I'm going with Lindsay's
on the
roll
bun.
the condiments on the bun preparation right here. All right, I want some cheese on here because you got to have a little cheese with your burger.
That looks so
the interesting thing about
it's
this
already
is,
melting. It's perfect.
All right, as the Carolina Panthers, all right, as old school as Ron Rivera was and his defense was and as physical as they were, they had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
all right,
they sure did.
What is more fun than potato chips crumpled up
on
top of the cheeseburger? All right, and nobody had more fun than the Carolina Panthers. And
Put a smile back on the face.
Just for a little more inner fire, I'm just going to You know,
unconventional.
I'm just going to close my eyes a little bit after I do this and put a little dab of jalapeno on the Carolina Panthers.
I thought you were smelling your pits right there, but yeah, a little dab.
All of these burgers look like they'd be very good to enjoy on the 4th of July weekend. How about the Broncos?
I noticed that we're out of burgers. And the Broncos, and it may be fitting because the Broncos may be out of quarterback. And so maybe the Broncos right now.
And you know what? Their quarterback happens to like hot dogs.
Well,
do they have like a vegetarian?
Have a few hot dogs. Let's throw a couple of hot dogs on here. Maybe they don't get a burger right now. Maybe they got to find themselves a one. So we'll start with that. And look, I don't know what they need. Look, they got a coach and a general manager and an owner. Like John Elway and Kubiak, they got a lot of swagger. I mean, I don't think, but they've
got a lot of rings.
They've got rings, and look, I mean, they've got fire. But the one thing that they had that's coming back, which could bring them back to where the promised land once again, is they got tenacity. They got guys that can breathe fire off the edge. Let's just throw some onions there. That's Von Miller. That's DeMarcus Ware. And I'm telling you, right there,
don't be scared, Baldy. Go for it. Do it.
That looks gross.
Yummy.
Should I help you with that?
I think that'll be a big seller up in Mile High.
I love the finger going across your face. Okay. All right. So that is what they think about those 4 teams. I know that you have some ideas for recipes for your favorite teams. Go ahead and tweet us at NFL Total Access. Best ones make air later. You're a mess.
Don't mind us.
We got to wear some of it.